Hello, we're going to continue to work with functions, but we're going to start to look more specifically at the relation between a function and its graph. And a very important part of that will be something called slope. So we're going to write down some information on slope today. So in your slope note sheet, we're going to start by just putting the word slope in the middle here. And then underneath that, I would like you to write rate of change. These are synonymous with each other. When we use the term slope or rate of change, we can use those interchangeably. They mean the same thing. So we're going to look at some different definitions, some different ways to think about slope. So in the upper left-hand corner, we're going to write more of a definition of slope. Slope is the ratio let me start over here, sorry. It's the ratio of the change in the dependent variable to the change in the independent variable. If you remember from our earlier discussions, the dependent variable is really y, and the independent variable is really our x. So a way to kind of summarize that would be to say that it is change in y over change in x. So slope is really just a ratio, right? We're comparing two numbers. How much did y change over how much did x change? So another way to think of that is to use a mathematical formula. So in the upper right-hand corner, let's put our formula. We're going to use the variable m oftentimes to represent slope, ym. To be honest, I have no idea why we use m, but that's pretty standard. So m is an abbreviation for slope, and we'll use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x sub 1. Now this formula really is best used when we're looking at ordered pairs. So that's when we want to use this formula. Whenever you've got two ordered pairs and you're trying to find the slope, this formula will be the best method. In the bottom left corner, here's another definition or way to think of slope. It's rise over run. So when we talk about rise, what we really mean is the vertical movement, right? How much did something change vertically or up and down? And when we talk about run, we're talking about the horizontal movement, or how much did it change left to right. And this definition is often best used when we're looking at a graph or we have a picture of our relationship. So when we have a graph, we want to use that. And then another definition that you will sometimes use, we won't be using it a lot, is something called delta y over delta x. Which is another way of saying change in y over change in x, right? How much did something change vertically compared to how much did it change horizontally?